Hey girl. Okay, so I've got 10 minutes before I need to leave the house, so let's speed run this shit. I read Twisted Love by Anna Huang with Cindy Kay and Aiden Snow as the narrators. The narrators went the fuck off. They did the damn thing. They did a great job. It was a 3 for me, and this was a book talk recommendation. Now, there are layers to this. There are layers. First of all, we've got the fact that I'm an incoming newbie romance girly, right? I am going on my romance journey and learning what I like. So obviously there's going to be some hits and misses because I'm looking for the books I like and not necessarily picking something up knowing that I'm already going to like it, right? We've got that I'm a lesbian and this is a straight book. We've got the inherent cringe of listening to anything smutty over audiobook. For me personally, the inherent cringe, baby. I will say, I think the overall, at a certain point, I was considering giving this an overall rating of 3.5. That was around the middle. But then shit got fucking wild at the end. Okay, so I have an overall rating of a 3. Just for push everything in there together. I can't rate the spice because, again, the inherent cringe of the audiobook with spice. You know what I mean? For me. But I will say, for entertainment purposes only, for just pure entertainment, honey, that might as well be a 5. The entertainment, darling. Literally, at one point, my head started hurting because there was so much happening. Now, is that a good thing? Is that maybe that's a bad thing? I was like, damn, bitch, that's a lot of entertainment, to the point that I'm like, okay, stop. I'm so entertained that I can't handle it anymore. For me, the biggest up of this book was Ava. What a cutie. She's been through so much. So strong. Love you, queen. You can do anything. You can. You deserve to murder that man. She doesn't actually murder anybody. That's not a spoiler. I'm not spoiling the book. She doesn't murder anybody. But the man, and maybe again, this could just be me being like, but red flag after red flag. The way that, to me, he hardly did anything. I think I like romance where niggas be romantic, and maybe that's too much to ask. Maybe that's too much to ask. But I didn't see him really do anything romantic this entire book. None of it was romantic to me. And I think my main problem with him as a main character was that we gave a businessman mob boss energy. Everything that he accomplished in this book could have been accomplished as a mob boss. Especially if you want me to think of him as a good character and a good guy, because capitalism isn't sexy. Oh, I'm a big bad businessman and I take over small companies and I'm so strong and I fire people. No, that's not sexy to me because you're just feeding the capitalist beast. Also, the idea, like him being that powerful as a businessman, just reminds me of the fact that we live in an oligarchy. It just reminds me of the fact that the richest people run this entire country, not the politicians that we elect who take bribes from those rich people. And yeah, it just kind of reminds me of the way that the world is ending because of that fact. Maybe I'm weird. Maybe I'm crazy, you know? And then also for me, the male character, some of his antics were, I almost in my spreadsheet put this down as magical realism because his antics were he was a little too, the level of power and influence this man has is stretching my disbelief. Like, my suspension of disbelief is being stretched, darling, because this man can't have this much power. He can't know every motherfucker in this entire area. He can't have blackmail on every bitch he's ever met in his life. It's just not possible. Okay, and if this were a fantasy and he were a fantasy mob boss prince crime man and he could read minds and pull blackmail out, perfect. Makes total sense. But for it to be a realistic book, I was like, how? That doesn't make sense. That's for me personally. However, like I said, this entertained me. This was a ride. The plot twist on plot twist, and I have to say, I was not ever considering reading this book until Lexi made a video about it on her channel and literally spoiled half the book for me. And then I was like, this book sounds crazy. I have to read it. And I was not disappointed. Twist after twist after twist after twist. Plot development after plot development. I would definitely say this is a plot heavy book. This is about the plot. This is not like character driven or anything. So I would say my favorite things: woman of color main lead, crazy ass plot, it's giving Tyler Perry. You know what I mean? And then just entertainment, just pure nonsense. I loved it. I love that part of it. My least favorite part, the male main character, he was nothing to me. I don't care about that man. I don't care about that man. But yeah, that's what I thought. I know that there people love this book and people hate this book. So maybe I'm just being a quintessential Libra by giving it a 3. But I loved things and I hated things. I had things I loved and I had things I hated, and it came together to make a middle. So let me know what you thought about this book.